Well, let's get the ugly news about the political violence out of the way first, because we have to talk about it. I'm just going to vomit my take on it, and then you can argue. I would just like to say, if you're one of these people, and there's many in this country who watched that and was disappointed the president wasn't killed, see, they're laughing at that. You're not a good person, or a smart person, but definitely not a good person. I was reading this in your paper, interview with Governor Pritzker of Illinois, and they asked him, like, well, what does the next president have to be? And he said, good, decent, and kind, which who could disagree with that? And certainly Trump has often not been good, decent, or kind.
Right, but also...
But he's not Hitler.
Well, there's been a lot of talk about the left and their propensity for violence in the wake of a third assassination attempt against Donald Trump. And nothing demonstrates the cognitive dissonance of the left when it comes to political violence than what I'm about to show you. An anti-Trump rally at the weekend featured an elderly woman wearing a T-shirt proclaiming "Make America Kind Again." Have a look at this. Joining me now is Sky News contributor Joe Hildebrand and Waverley Liberal councillor Michelle Stevenson. Michelle, can't you just feel the kindness?
It just oozes out of every pore. I mean, this is TDS at its finest, and for those who don't know, Trump derangement syndrome at its absolute finest. The left, it blows my mind that they like to peddle something, but then they don't actually follow through with that. They are the worst when it comes to a lot of this stuff. They literally are the worst.
Well, she had on the back of her T-shirt, Joe, it actually was a Bible verse saying, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you."
I just do not get to that. This is the thing, and this is what I've been saying for weeks, ever since the first Trump assassination attempt. When the right assassinates people, when the extreme right assassinates people, at least it's consistent. At least it's on brand, because this is something that's, rampant individualism. I'm better than you, and anyone I don't like, I have the right to dispense with, blah, 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 because it's extreme right. When the left does it, it's hypocritical. It's just, it doesn't make sense. So at least when the extreme right are assassinating people, they're, philosophically and ideologically consistent. When the left does it, and I'm always, the Rest is History podcast, Dominic Sandbrook said, you can always tell on Twitter, whoever is abusing you the most is the one that has "be kind" in their Twitter bio.
So is it hypocritical, or, Michelle, do they really believe it? I mean, we had that stat from a survey during the week that it was something like 22% of far left people in the United States think political violence is justified for the right reasons. So are they hypocritical, or are they so twisted in their logic? They really do believe it's kind to be violent, if it's against the right, because you're saving people from
Absolutely.
Hitler or tragedy or fascism.
Absolutely, and it's that herd mentality. And a lot of it has to do with social media. They get stuck in these algorithms that makes them believe that everyone thinks the same as they do. And those who don't think the same, they have to be, they have to be violent towards them, or they have to. It's when the Charlie Kirk stuff happened.
Yeah.
That was a tragic, tragic loss of life, and people were so flippant about it. And it happened right in front of people, and people were so flippant about it. And I think that's the worst part of this whole left-right narrative.
And I think it's also, and again, even that bigger picture, if you are going to be serious about it, I think this is why socialism and communism never actually get put under the same scrutiny as fascism, even though they kill just as many people.
Yep.
Because they say, oh yes, we did kill all those millions of people, but we did it in pursuit of a greater good.
Right.
And so those particular individuals, who of course were all evil and all counter-revolutionary and reactionary and fascists or whatever, all those millions, be it the millions who starved to death in Ukraine under Stalin's terror, or the millions of people killed by Pol Pot, the millions of people killed by Mao and the starving of the countryside or the Cultural Revolution, that was all okay because we're doing it for
The
kindness, the greater good. That's right. So we're doing this to be nice. And again,
So be
when
kind.
you look at the Nazis campaign, which is the worst thing that anyone has ever done in human history, but they weren't pretending to help the Jews. They weren't pretending that they were doing it for humanity's own benefit. They were doing it because we are the master race and you are all dogs who don't deserve to live. And they had that point of view about, Jews, Slavs, black people, you name it. I mean, they're the most horrendous, evil people in the world. But again, because it wasn't cloaked in that hypocrisy, they copped it all. But you killed the starving people, but it was all for year zero and a new dawn.